I started having weird dreams, nightmares. Like I didn't understand. I'll dream and I'll see dogs. I'll dream and I'll see dead bodies. At that time, fam. At that time, I was dreaming weird dreams, uncomfortable dreams, people dying, people shouting, people screaming. I was like, what kind of dream is this? So the following morning. What's up, YT fam? Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time seeing this face, Achomi, Manye, Abna Boatima. Yes, my name is Abna Boatima, the queen herself. I'm a Ghanaian based YouTuber in the next. Your next YouTuber, back no size, no shaky. Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about my experience in the boarding house. I told you in one of my videos that I will also narrate my own experience because my kid's sister completed some months ago, or a month ago or so, a month or two ago, and she narrated her experience in the boarding house on this very channel. So I'll put that one in my description box if you want to see. Go there and watch it. You'll be so shocked what happens in the boarding house, especially the girls' boarding house. I attended a mixed school. Oh yes, I attended a mixed boarding school. I attended Odan Senior High. Odan School. Hey, when I go to school, I was so happy because I've heard that it's in the eastern region of Ghana. Yes, I heard a lot of nice things about the school. For instance, how beautiful the school. Like seriously, the school is very beautiful. When I went there, I was so happy. The first day my mom took me there for my prospectus, I was so happy. The compound is big. The dormitories are nice. Like it's a very beautiful school, and the teachers are very good. They teach really well. So the first time I heard it, I was happy that I got it. Yeah, so far, Mommy K is here. I have to go and pick her. She's doing small. So I have to pick her so that we'll make the video together. Else, this video will not happen. So as I was saying, I attended a mixed school, boarding school in the eastern region. The school was nice. The first day my mom took me there, I was so happy. And the reason why I was happy getting that school is because when I was in junior high school, most of my colleagues and we chose the same school. Like it was as if the teachers chose the same school for all of us. So I attended the same senior high school with my colleagues in junior high. With my colleagues in junior high. Guys, this video will be something. So when we all went there the first day we got admission, we were told to buy our stuff. You know when you're about to go to the boarding house, you have to buy your mattress, your chop box, your trunk. My Ghanaians will understand. We have chop box. We pack our provisions inside. In the trunk, we pack our uniforms and our clothes and our bed sheets and every other thing inside the trunk. So my mom and I went shopping to buy everything, cutlery, machetes. You know, we bought cutlass, we bought hoe, we bought broom, like scrubbing brush, a whole lot of things on the prospectus, blankets, morning coats, everything. You understand? Those who have been to the boarding house will understand. Then we went to, we were given a date to come. When the date came, my mom took me to my school and they inspected our belongings. Everything was complete. They have to check everything to see if everything is complete. As soon as I got there, I realized that I saw a lot of my colleagues in junior high school, like in JHS. I was like, is this not this? Is this not like we were a lot? I can say that 20 of us or 30 of us got admission into that school. We were so many. So I was happy, like I saw my colleagues. So I was so happy, so joyous. Not knowing Wahala was coming my way. So I didn't know that Wahala was coming my way. Hey God. My first night in the boarding house, I didn't meet my school mother. In the boarding house, we have school mothers and school daughters. So I was taken to Asantua A house. My house was Asantua A. That's my dormitory or my house. That's what we call it. I got there. We were told that my school mother has been you can say suspended for examination malpractice. I was like, everybody had their school mothers. Everybody's school mother was attending to her. You see, like, hey, when you go to this bed, you see school mother and school daughter. In the boarding house, school mothers will stay up and school daughters will stay down. So my school mother was supposed to be my school mother was supposed to be down and I'm supposed to be up. I'm supposed to be on top of her because the bed is two. When I went, I didn't see anybody on my bed, but I saw the trunk and the chop box and everything. And they told me that in the boarding house, we call the fresh ones, the freshest, homogen. So if you are a fresh person going to the boarding house in my school, we call you people homogen. And papum. The stupid names they give us as freshers. Sometimes I still wonder till date why they give us those nasty names like homogen. What is homogen? They go papum, hey papum. Uskuma Daniel. Yes, not Apapum, Uskuma Daniel, yeah, suspended. No, they were using that to laugh at me, to tease me. So I was like, Ankonam. Then someone came again and gave me another name, Antubam. Like they were calling me all names because I didn't come to meet my school mother. So Antubam means you didn't come and meet. Yes, one better. So Antubam, that's what they were calling me at that time. Oh, I gathered courage because I was a bit. Oh, no, me near Dinkakra. I gathered courage. She wants to sleep now. She will soon sleep. So I gathered courage and I said, no, I will not let these people take control over me. Because my elder brother had already told me that if I don't become strong and I go into the body house, people will take advantage of my weakness and they will disturb me, they will worry me. So it was in my mind. I was like, share, give it to me. For my elder brother has already given me the fella because he's already in the boarding house. He has already been there before. So he knows. So he gave me all the tips and the tricks. So it was in my mind. I was waiting for everything that will happen. So this one will come, bend down. They were punishing me because I was alone. My school mother wasn't there. Others who had their school mothers were protected because you can't come and punish her school daughter when she's around. So you get me? So I was like, I was free for them to do anything. I've forgotten the English word, but that's what I was. I've forgotten the English word. I was a free thing, like free plaything for them. I've forgotten that English word. I was a plaything for them. Anybody who comes to my bed, hey, apapon, antubam, bend down, then I'll bend down. I'll stretch for my hand. They'll beat me. Like in our time, they were beating, they were stretching me. Then one of my colleagues in JHS, I had the same dormitory with one of my colleagues. She's called Dorcas, but right now she's abroad with her husband, yes, and her daughter. She's abroad. We had the same school, the same dormitory. Oh yes. So Dorcas's school mother was so good to me. Like she stopped them from beating me that day. She defended me. She came to my defense and she took me as her temporary school daughter until my school mother came. So it got to a time she was washing for me. She was doing a lot of things for me, and I was so happy. Like I was like, thank God, someone is helping me. Thank God. Like I don't know anybody there, and I got hold of someone who was assisting me. I was so happy. That woman, Sister Anita, I call her Sister Anita. I'll never forget her. She's so good. She was so good to me. She was really good to me. So she had two school daughters, myself and my colleague in JHS, Dorcas. I also have another colleague, Margaret. She watches this shadow a lot, but she was in a different house. She was in Dolphin House. So as time went on, people were taking advantage of me. I was like, hey, is this how body life is? But I didn't fret because I had my colleagues with me at that time. So anytime I go outside the dormitory, I'm happy. But whenever I come inside the dormitory, I become so sad because of the excessive punishment. So it got to a time, I stayed a long time outside because I knew that when I come inside, the punishment they'll give me and the ajojo, they will worry me. So it got to a time I didn't even come. When I go to dining, I'll just go and stay there. I'll not come back. Like, I was so sad. It got to a time I became sad inside the dormitory. Because everybody was taking advantage of me. Everybody was jojoing me. Hey, fam. It took the grace of God for me to be in that school. So my mother later came to visit me. And I told my mother everything that was happening then. My mother reported it to our senior house mistress. I didn't know that you are not supposed to report such things to anybody. When my mother reported the entire dormitory to our senior house mistress, and they called all of them and they gave them a stern warning. I thought I was okay. I thought everything has stopped. Thank God, hallelujah, amen. I didn't know that I was signing my death warrant. As soon as my mother left, these people, they turned on me, like they all turned against me. They were like, hey, you're the one who reported us, hey, we'll deal with you. It's like they don't even care about the bond they signed. Like they don't care. It's like they are devils, they are witches in that door, but you don't even care. Hey, these people dealt with me, fam. They dealt with me. After that report, they dealt with me. I became more sad, more moody. Like I didn't get any happiness. So from that day, I didn't even stay in my dormitory. I was going to my other friend's dormitory, Dolphin. Maggie was like my best friend. in that school, Margaret. She was my best friend in that school. Like, I don't even stay in my dormitory. Anytime I'm sad, I just walk. Then I go to a different house to meet her. That place was my safe haven. So, some weeks later, into my entry into that school, I started having weird dreams, nightmares. Like, I didn't understand. I would dream and I would see dogs. I would dream and I would see dead bodies. At that time, I was dreaming weird dreams, uncomfortable dreams, people dying, people shouting, people screaming. I was like, what kind of dream is this? So the following morning, after dreaming, I woke up and I was getting down from my bed and I collapsed. Hey, I was starting no. I was getting down from my bed. Then I collapsed. I fell down. I hit the floor. I went blank. The next time I saw myself, I was in Odanga Government Hospital. Guys, can you imagine it? It kept happening for months. I was collapsing every other day. Like, I was always falling sick. Guys, I told you that my birth is a mystery. Yes, I have that story too. How I came about, how my mother gave birth to me. It's a very huge mystery. So you can watch it. I'll put that video link in my description box. So you can go and watch it. Because me, it's by the grace of God that me, I'm still alive. I should have been dead by now. So I was always falling sick. It got to a point I went into coma for 3 days in school. So I was admitted at Odanga. So my mother kept praying and fasting. Like, she was fasting and praying. She wanted me to complete school. Not knowing some people didn't want me to complete school. They wanted me to be a school dropout. So they used my stay in the boarding house to get me. Hey, fam, I didn't have a smooth experience. So if you are a parent watching me, never cease praying for your kids. Like, seriously, it is because of my mother's prayers. My mother brought me from hell. She brought me from the clutches of the devil. It's because of her fasting and her prayers that I'm still alive today. Because I remember when I went in coma, I dreamt. Like, it was like I saw a light. This is not like a movie. Real. I'm telling you the real thing. So we were praying. My mother was praying and fasting, not knowing it was someone from my family who wanted to kill me, because I'm the only daughter of my mother. The main reason why they wanted to kill me was because they saw my future and they knew that I would take care of my mother someday, and they didn't want my mother to be free. They wanted my mother to suffer all the days of her life. So if they kill me, they will get that chance, because I till date, I'm the one taking care of my mom. So imagine if I had died, who would have taken care of my mom? So my mom said no, she would never allow this, because those I went to, some of them died. Some people died in my school, but I'm still alive because of the glory of God and the grace of God. Fam, I went through hell on earth in the boarding house. Like, sometimes when I remember all these things, I ask myself, how am I still alive? I will fall sick and I'll come home. I'll go for Eziat card. We have something called the Eziat card. So I'll go for Eziat card. I'm always going for Eziat card. My Eziat card became full. Every day Abna is sick. Then my mother will come from Accra to Oda. She's always taking a car from Accra to Oda to come and see me. Like, this woman has suffered for me. You see the reason why I don't joke with my mother? Because she has suffered for me. Because of me, she's had accidents upon accidents, traveling a long distance. She had accidents upon accidents because of me. She nearly lost her life. So I don't joke with her at all. That is why I do not joke with my mom. So fam, I remember vividly how I suffered, how I felt sick, how I collapsed. I was collapsing. Like, I'll collapse today, I'll wake up, tomorrow I'll collapse. I was just collapsing, not knowing it was a spiritual attack. Until the person who was behind it started to confess. After all our prayers and fasting, the person started to confess and told us everything that happened. My mother. So if you are going to the boarding house, if you have a child in the boarding house, never cease praying for them. You don't know what the devil has in store for the person in the boarding house. Always put God first in everything you do. It's been a long time I completed SHS. And thank God, I am working, I am successful. I'm not where I want to be in life, but by His grace, at least, like, God has done a lot in my life that I can't even imagine. So fam, I owe all the grace, all the glory to God and to my mother. Had my mother abandoned me during that time, I would have been dead by now. So if you want to say thank you, please say thank you to my mother in the comment section. She's a woman of faith, a woman of valor, a woman of grace. When my mother prays, the heavens come down. She doesn't sleep. She's a midnight prayer. She prays every midnight, fast. So never cease praying. God will always be there to answer you. So thank you so much for watching. I hope my story touches you. Mami K, say bye-bye. Thank you. Subscribe, like, and share. Bye.